Hello everyone, my name's Tim Luscombe and I'd like just to briefly talk to you about what having a non-exec director could do for your business. The first thing is that if you've grown a business successfully for a number of years, you've got a team around you, and the chances are that team will be used to thinking about things in the same way and doing things the same way, and that may well be working perfectly well. But when you bring in a non-exec director or you bring in an executive coach, they will look at the business and they will see things that you can't see. Your team have been there for a while. They can easily start to suffer from what they call groupthink. Everybody thinks the same way, nobody challenges the status quo. There's an opportunity, perhaps, for an external pair of eyes to see the business in a different way. And that might be something where you've got a real opportunity. It might be something where there's a real weakness in the business you haven't quite recognized, or perhaps you have and you've not tried to deal with it. Or it might be there's an opportunity for improvement, or anyway, it's likely to be some form of change to what you've been currently doing. So that's the first thing a non-exec will bring to the party. They'll come in, they'll look at the business, they'll talk to you, they'll talk to your colleagues, and they'll see things that you can't see. And sometimes they'll translate those things for you into really simple, straightforward actions that you can take to make your business even better than it is today. But nobody really likes change. Well, most people don't like change. And implementing change is a challenge in itself. And that's the second place where the non-exec can help you, by guiding and coaching and mentoring your team to be the best that they can possibly be, and helping you make the changes that you wanted to make to improve the business. Because this is all about business improvement. This isn't a threat. It's not that you're doing a bad job. It's just that there are things that you might be able to do a little better, or opportunities that you might be able to address more easily with an external pair of hands, an external pair of eyes that can introduce things to you. Once that first initial raft of change, improvement, has taken place, the non-exec role then becomes one of, I think, 3 or 4 or 5 areas that matter to a business. The first is, of course, executive coaching. You and your team have been working in the business for a long time. They may not have the widest experience. In small family-owned businesses, they very often don't have a breadth of experience. The non-exec brings that breadth of experience to bear and can advise and guide you through any change process, through the day-to-day stuff, making it work better for you. The second is what I call the business friend. And this is an unusual role. It's one where things aren't going quite as well as they should be for you. You're not quite sure why, and you have the opportunity to have a sensible business conversation with somebody who knows your business but is not as invested in the business as you and your colleagues are. So it might be that you're unhappy with the performance of one of your colleagues as a director, and you can talk to the business friend, your non-exec director, about how you can address that. What can you do to make that better? And it just takes the pressure off you. Being at the top is quite lonely, can be quite challenging, and can be quite difficult. So you've got the executive coach, you've got the business friend, of course you've got the mentoring aspect. There'll be things that you want to do that your non-exec director has done before, that I've done before, as an example. So rather than having to relearn everything from scratch, you can just turn to me and I can tell you how best to achieve this, what to do to make it work. And then of course there's the governance aspects. In small businesses, governance is not usually too much of an issue. The shareholders are very often the principals in the business, but it's still good practice to have somebody looking over and just making sure that all the relevant regulations are being complied with, that you are following health and safety law, you are following employment law, you are complying with your industry standards. And again, the external pair of eyes may say, well, hang on a minute, the law says this, or your industry standard says this, but you're actually doing that. Is that right? And it might be that the standards have changed, the policy has changed, and you haven't caught up. Could be. I've seen that happen before now. All in all, having a non-exec director on your team is like having an extra pair of eyes, an extra pair of arms, and a support to help you grow the business even more. If you'd like to discuss how I could help you as your non-exec director, please do get in touch. My name is Tim Luscombe, and you'll find me on LinkedIn, you'll find me on the web, and I look forward to hearing from you. Thanks for taking the time to listen to this. And watch it, of course. Thanks.